Abby, first of all, we are so proud of you.
Thank you.
And the fact that you have been an outstanding Red Ribbon representative. Tell me what that means to you. I mean, because you were singled out by your teachers as a leader in the school, and you're kind of having to carry the flag as far as drug abuse is concerned and all the things that go with that. Tell me about that, please.
Well, everybody knows somebody who struggles with drug or alcohol abuse, whether it's a parent, a sibling, an aunt or uncle, a friend, and we've kind of normalized that. As time has gone on, we've kind of just accepted that people do struggle with that, and I think that we're kind of sitting behind and letting it happen instead of standing up and making an end to it. And also, specifically for me, it impacts me, and through high school, a lot of my friends, I've seen them start to struggle with it. And as I was doing my project, I did some research with the CDC, and they said that the average age of 13 and 14 is when alcohol and drug is introduced, whether it's from a parent, sibling, friend. And so that really kind of resonated with me, and I was like, why are we not doing something to stop this more than we are?
Yeah. Boy, that's a great thought. And for someone as young as you thinking that way and then finding out that it starts really early. People don't realize that. I can remember, as old as I am, that friends of mine at 12 and 13 were already experimenting with alcohol. So now there's so much more going on. So tell us about being the rep and kind of modeling, not modeling, but people knew they could come to you. Tell me about that a little bit.
Well, through my high school years, I've kind of gained this status through student government and just social interactions, and I've felt comfortable, leading my class as the student government president. And that kind of status, it creates this sense of comfort that they can come to me and talk to me about these things. And so as the Red Ribbon leadership opened, I just thought that it was something that I really wanted to take part of, especially figuring out all these new facts about drug and alcohol abuse and how common it is. I just thought that it would be something that I could really step into and impact even further.
That's wonderful. All right, let's talk about the project. How did you come up with this? And then, tell us, how it kind of just mushroomed, really.
Well, so we started off, of course, it's a nonprofit type project. So I wanted to do a completely different project. And as time passed, I started really thinking about it. And I'm on the junior council, and I work side by side first responders all the time. And I just think they do so much for our community, whether it is with drug and alcohol abuse or just protecting our citizens. I really have this next level respect for them. And so I wanted to take this opportunity and kind of present it in a way that not only brings awareness to the situation and also gives them an opportunity to sit down, eat breakfast, and just have some fellowship and enjoy one another while eating delicious food, but also planning an impact plan to create less of a divide between departments, whether it's fire department or the police department, and come together and form ideas on how we can make an end to this while also, enjoying each other's presence.
It's a great idea. How did you come up with the food angle, though? Because, listen, I know cops, I know firefighters, first responders, they love to eat.
Yes.
And they love when people bring them food. So was that kind of the catalyst for you, or how did you come up with, I'm going to do this?
I'm not sure where it came from. I was sitting down one day, and when you think of police officers, you think of donuts. And when you think of donuts, you think of breakfast. And so I love food as well. I'm always hungry, and I'm always down for some breakfast. So the idea, it was just, I wanted to make an atmosphere for them to talk and discuss the tough subject. I wanted to be able to talk to them also. There's so many other great projects, but I thought that this one would be one where we can actually discuss the matter and get down to business while also enjoying some delicious food. So.
Sure, I like it. So tell me the impact. I mean, you're bringing, tell me what you brought them for breakfast. Was it just, McDonald's, or did you fix some of this, or tell me a little bit about that.
So I actually went to the community, and I posted on social media and asked different leaders in the community for donations, and we were actually able to raise over $600 and get someone to cater this breakfast.
Yeah,
and
buy
so
a lot of donuts.
we didn't get any
Yeah, oh,
donuts.
no.
There were some complaints, but it's okay. We had pastries as a replacement. We had great different items. We had sausage, gravy, biscuits. I mean, just if you think of a classic breakfast, we had it.
Yeah.
So.
Tell me about the impact that doing all of this has had on your life.
So being in high school, that's kind of the average age of where drug and alcohol abuse really gets introduced. And as seeing my friends, get into that, I've kind of taken a step back from them and kind of looked around and realized that that's just not the lifestyle that I want to be a part of. And I've lost a lot of friendships, and I've been in this lonely spot that I'm sure a lot of people do feel because they don't want to be involved with those kind of things. And so it was just really important to me to get this message out and to get these first responders together to create impact plans and, try and come up with different ways to make an end to it. So it's impacted me in a way where I have this brand new understanding and this new passion to end these kinds of things. I also work with a homeless community through my dad's church. We're pastors in downtown Mobile, and we work with the homeless every Sunday. And, seeing them go from, being very active fathers, mothers, siblings, and then they're now living on the streets fighting for food or shelter, coming into church and, talking about their experiences that they had and it being stemmed from drug and alcohol abuse. It's just completely turned my heart inside out, and I just hate that this happens to so many people. So.
It's biblical that we are called to stand alone. How difficult has it been for you to take a stand and suddenly end friendships, or friendships ended with you? Mm-hmm. Tell us about that, please.
So standing alone, I've gotten to the point where I've realized I'm not standing alone, I'm standing with Christ. I pray a lot about it. I go to Him whenever I feel that sense of loneliness, and He just kind of reminds me that I'm doing the best that I can and I'm working towards a cause that is going to impact other people's life. We're called to be a light, we're called to be people who make an impact, and that's what I'm trying to do. So I realized that loneliness isn't really loneliness, it's me trying to make a difference.